Well, welcome back to the V4 Future Sports Festival. You join us live here in Budapest, Hungary, where we're getting towards the end of proceedings for day number 2 of 3. My name is Brandon Smith, and alongside me is Richard Buckley, guiding you through all of the 2v2 FIFA 22 action we've had today. And you talk about big performances, you talk about big games, and you talk about must-win games. The next one's exactly that, maybe more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, if we're going off the history book, if we're going off the statistics, this should be a Hungary win. However, we can't always go by the stats. We can't always go by the data because it's a very unpredictable sort of game that we're going into. The Croats need to win. Speaking of data, speaking of statistics, this is how the table currently looks with 4 games played.
Yeah, and I just, in the little break there, I just saw the back of Bistamir from Serbia, and he just gave me sort of like a cheeky little smile to say, you know, we are part of this tournament, and we are going to be on 6 points. Depending on how this result goes, Richard, if Croatia win, the Croats win, it is pretty much, yeah, they're through. Serbia are going to be guaranteed into Winners Wednesday. No one is changing that. But this is the matchup that is a big one right now, okay, because the Croats have not won a single game. They've struggled to gel together in their 2v2, and they're up against the home nation right now in Hungary that I believe are ready to walk out to the stage.
To turn it up. We got to turn it up. We got to turn it up.
That probably have quite a lot of pressure on their shoulders right now, Richard. Monogabo was a player that got a top 4 finish in the FIFA 18 V4 Future Sports Festival. He is sort of the front face of FIFA esports here in Hungary, and they need a big performance now.
Look, if you don't win this game, not only are you cementing Serbia through guaranteed, but you're also giving Romania a huge opportunity to beat Serbia in that final match and solidify their place into the final 2.
Yeah, well, the problem is they're up against a team that hasn't won a game as of yet. You'd think maybe that's going to give them confidence. On the flip side, for the Croatian team of FIFA Fico and NH Panic, they need a performance right now. Let's get them out to the stage.
Croatia on their way to the stage. Handshakes all around. A lot of mutual respect here for these two teams as the smoke clears and the mist settles on what could be potentially Croatia's final game.
And we actually had a bit of a chance to walk through that walkout area.
We did.
We gave it a draft go. We didn't have the smoke, unfortunately, in the mist and all the flashing lights, but it was just nice to experience maybe what the players were feeling it and maybe a little bit before coming out for a game.
And look, we're talking a lot about the Hungarians. Can they go through? Can they send themselves on 6 points? The Croats have a chance to still go through here. If they win this game, they go to 3 points. If they win by a big goal margin, they go to 3 points with a decent goal difference. If the Serbians beat the Romanians, you've got 9 points, Serbians 3-3-3. If they could smash the Hungarians right now, which would be like a lead balloon here in Budapest, but it could happen, and they very well could upset a lot of Hungarian people here in the studio.
Well, if you break down the roster that they've got, Team Croatia, they've got NH Panic, who comes in as the influencer, so-called. He's technically pretty much a pro player by trade. He's been part of the virtual Bundesliga in Germany, and a top 12 finish there in a previous year. He's been top 100 ranked before. This man knows a lot about FIFA esports, and he's partnered with someone who knows even more about it, FIFA Vicio. They're two great players. It just hasn't worked together yet. And maybe you think this could be their time to go and get that result now, Richard, because it has to come now, or it is going to be all she wrote, and it's going to be all said and done.
Now or never, really, for the Croats and for the Hungarians. You win this game, you put yourself on 6 points, you put yourself in a fantastic position to go through. You'll be joining the Serbians on 6 points at the top of the table. We could have a very similar story to what we had yesterday, with 3 teams on 6 points and 1 team on 0. We'll wait and see.
Here we go. Can the Croats kick off proceedings in the right way possible? The one thing they don't have is an R9 or a Pele. They do have David Ginola, though, but on the flip side, speaking of icons, Edwin van der Sar just scooping that one out the ground. Messi keeping the pressure going. Ginola chips it up on that right boot. Still somehow in possession was the Frenchman, but that has got to be a goal. What a save.
It looked past him. It looked like the ball had already gone past him, and Edwin van der Sar clawing it out. Unbelievable save from one of the top goalkeepers on the game. If that's a sign of things to come, the Croats have come to play and they're looking to become the GOATs.
I mean, they would become the GOATs, Rich, if they got themselves out of this scenario they're in right now, where they have yet to get any points on the ball. Currently sit bottom of Group B, but there's an intensity about the way they're playing right now.
I like it. There's a pace, there's a quickness.
And they're pressing in a 2. Chance, Messi, left foot finesse, surely back to goal. Neymar into row A. There's a finish to forget about.
But it's all the right signs. You're putting the Hungarians under a heap of pressure here.
Pressure they're not used to. Look at that press there.
There's
5
4 of them,
players,
yeah.
Of course, a massive risk, because gaps will now start to appear on the flip. So if you pull players out all over the pitch, could be a risk that you could then be exploited. Nicely done. Back to the goalkeeper. A little bit of a stitch up there to Evan van der Sar. He's able to deal with the possession well. Even better for a potential through ball. Will he be onside if he can just tease that run a bit better? He's just off. He'll be back on now. Oh no. Towards the back post. Play it back in, you'd like to say. That's clever. Well played. On the same wavelength for the Hungarians, and that's going to be their opening goal. And to be honest, their first real chance in this game.
It sends Moldogabo off his feet as well. Knows how big that goal is against the runner play. Player locked to the back post, I think it was. He whipped the ball all the way to the back, played it back across, and Neymar, right place, right time, just to steer it past the goalkeeper.
Well, even just doing that player lock, it allows you to suddenly move on to what's the next step here. Who are we going to move next? And it was a case of getting that ball down, touching it, finding the cutback, and more importantly, getting that ball into the back of the net. We do have a breakthrough just after 16 minutes here in game number 5 today. And it is the hosts, the Hungarians, that lead by a 1-0. Hopefully, though, for the Croats, it doesn't affect their style of play, because they have been super offensive, very direct, and they'll be thinking also, how are we not leading by a 1-0?
It really should have been at least scored.
1-1. 2 golden chances, David Ginola being one of them. And on the flip side, Neymar coming close, unfortunately just spooning it wide.
Oh, wow. Well, that might be a penalty for a second there. There's a collision in the box. The referee gave it as an offside call, I think it was. They can't let their positive start, though, their positive press, become undone because they've conceded. They've got to keep up the intensity. If not, the Hungarians are good enough just to pick you off.
Nicely done again. The tackle and the interceptions have been pretty much on the money so far from the Croats. Lovely ball down the line. He's going to pull out Neymar. David Ginola. We nearly fell back into a tackle there that would have easily been a penalty. For some reason, the animation didn't favour the foot hero. It was a very, very risky tackle that was made on the flip side by LV Chris, all domination. Gabo. FIFA Ficho. On the ball now, controlling this. Individual player in Neymar. Chance Mbappe to the box. Cut back. David Ginola. FIFA Ficho shows a bit of magic in the box now. Dancing with the French for hero. Left and right. Where's the ball going to come? Double tap in the box. Maybe too much again. It's been the common story we've seen time and time again from the Croats.
I think it was just a bit of a stitch-up. He didn't really need to play the double tap into him.
Mbappe. Nicely done. Ginola. Surely. Roulette on the ball. Did he need it? There was potentially an angle for a strike.
I don't know if it had got blocked. I think there was just another... He had to do something to try and get past the man. R9 in over the top here, though. Potential for a player in the box. It's Neymar dancing. Reverse elastico. The rebound's going to fall for them. As Molnagabo up on his feet, letting everybody know who the king of Budapest is.
Well, he's a man that's notoriously known for this tournament. He had a top 4 finish back in FIFA 18. And he wants to do everything he can to get him and his teammate into that finals on Wednesday. And you can't really fault Croatia at all, Rich.
And look at this.
They've played well.
This could be either amazing or it could be the beginning of the end, because there's instructions changes here, there's tactic changes, and does someone want to go into the studio and tell them it's a 2-legged game?
I mean,
this could get ugly.
There's urgency, and then there's that. There's literally throwing.
They've not played bad.
They haven't. They have not played bad at all. They've just been picked off on 2 occasions from a counter-attack. That one's slightly more fortunate, the way the ball did find its way back to the feet of Mbappe, but he's never going to be missing from there, is he?
Let's get back underway. 2 counter-attacks, 2 picture-perfect counter-attacks have been all it's needed for the Hungarians as they lead 2-0, closing on half-time here.
Mbappe in a running race. Ronaldo chop says see you later. Double tap pass finds David Ginola. Reverse elastico. Ginola bouncing, moving, grooving in the box. Finally, Donnarumma get 2 hands onto that one. Just pull it out of thin air. The biggest thing you can notice in this team, though, is they are lacking a Pele and they are lacking an R9, Croatia. But saying that, they have still created chances in this game in particular. Maybe another chance now on the horizon. Last chance of the half, it will be Ginola. This is what keeps happening. FIFA Feature keeps getting the ball in these sort of areas, and it just feels like he has to solo it.
So the question I've got, that I've asked to everybody watching at home, maybe a rhetorical question because I already know the answer. The chance that Ginola had inside the box, do you know where I'm going with this? R9 scores.
You think?
Yes.
I mean, if it was Mbappe or an Neymar or a Messi, I'd have sort of jumped to the conclusion.
It's just a FIFA feature on the webcam there going all over the place.
But we're seeing the instructions here now. This is the side of the Croats.
It's been changed.
We've all been in those games where you're in foot champs, you're trying to buy a couple of goals. Normally, 20 minutes left in the game, you go for it. Not the case here.
I'm still fascinated that they're talking through a video call. The phone call.
What, a metre away from each other and just on a phone call. Chatting through the game, chatting through certain moments. It might be small things like, mark this man, we're going to do this from this corner.
It's not exactly like they're a million miles away. It's not loud as well in that studio.
Maybe they want to immerse themselves into the experience of a phone call. And communication is a key part of this 2v2. I'll be interested to see how other sort of duos communicate.
I can't say I've never been immersed by a phone call before.
Chance, Neymar, wow, way Hungary! It's electric, it's beautiful. And with 3 minutes, well, not even that, so with 5 minutes on the clock in this second half. It's 3-0, and right now Croatia are being ripped apart.
No, they certainly are. And the Hungarians, the headset came off because they don't need to be on the floor anymore. Hang up. They are 3-0 up, and they are absolutely cruising right now. Unfortunately, for the Croats and for the Serbians, they're not going to be officially through yet. But the Croats are going to be officially out, and it looks like a lot of confusion on the left-hand side of the stage right now between FIFA Feature and Panic.
There's been, 3 changes in the last 10 in-game minutes, really. Change before half-time, change at half-time, change now.
Tells me there's no leader. There's no real...
I think it is NH Panic's account and the team that they're using, but it seems like FIFA Feature is the man that's sort of commanding the orders and commanding what we're doing with his team.
There looks to be a lack of real game plan and instructions and tactics. They started really good in the first 10 minutes.
Chance. Player lock. Mbappe. Goalkeeper movement on par from Chris Madge FIFA there.
They just can't get any rub of the green here either. Everything that they're doing seems to be saved, seems to be blocked.
You can see the press though, can't you? Chance. Croatia. Neymar. Now he's got a stick. Reverse Elastico. It's just a little nick on the ball.
They've had a lot of half chances. They've had a lot of like ifs, buts and maybes or oohs or even 50%. Or another day, do they shoot? I'll tell you one thing that the Hungarians have done. They have hit the target. They have shot.
And that was nearly perfect there from Ginola into the feet of Neymar. We aren't even in the second leg yet, people. We've got 60 minutes on the clock here, and it's 3-0. Pull it. Having to go on his own. Should be a corner. That's what it will be.
Coming into today, you would not have predicted this. You were saying these might be one of the better teams in this group. The Croats.
They're made up of 2 pro players, really. Just hasn't worked.
And again, we mentioned it at the top of the show, we mentioned it all the way throughout. The team element, just because players are really good individually, doesn't mean they're a great team. Look at the Hungarians! They are firing on all cylinders.
And they've got Croatia exactly where they want them, on the ground, struggling to even move, let alone score. And it's goal after goal after goal. Chris Madge points to his head. He says it's all part of a game plan. And they're in this game right now. They lead by 4-0. They are the home nation. They are the home team. They're in Budapest, and right now they are rocking this studio.
And this will be huge in their pursuit of going through, because we're going to have 2 teams definitely on 6 points. If Serbia win their game, they'll go to 9 points. Romania will be on 3. If Romania win, it'll be 3 teams on 6 points as he tried getting a ball across. Neymar again. Good save from the defender. Could go down to goal difference, and a 4-0 lead in the first leg is huge for goal difference.
Yeah, and there's still a second leg to be played as well. Which, as you can imagine, every goal that's going in, Croatia know they are minute by minute closer to being knocked out of this V4 Future Sports Festival. And they just want to rub salt in the wounds, do Hungary. Neymar. Nearly making it 5.
You sort of could see this potentially happening, but you also, after the start that Croatia had, it didn't seem possible.
Messi, surely. Cordoba. Right place, right time. I think it's more the fact that when you come into this game, Richard, you've already got immense pressure on your shoulders that you need to win it.
But they started so well.
If it wasn't for that ridiculous save from Van der Sar, that I still can't believe he saved it, to be honest. That spooned effort from Neymar that put it wide. Again, that could have been 1-0, that could have been 2-0. another day those chances maybe go in.
It's a completely different game.
But on the flip side for Hungary, they have been clinical when they need to be. Neymar, back to goal, just for anything. Mbappe, it's just not clean. The ball's bouncing around and they just can't find anything right now.
It's a real shame to see a team losing in this fashion, especially over the course of 2 legs. But they're still going at it and they're still creating chances.
What's that run from R9? Just offside. Just anything, a goal. Hungary, off the back of a defeat last game, they just lost to the Serbians. And he got a goal. Messi! Finally! There is something to come from this game.
Kick off.
R9! Oh my.
I was just waiting because I knew what was going to come. I knew that the ball over the top will come in from R9. Great save from Donnarumma. Goal. Oh, chance still alive. R9 bouncing around the box. Ginola. Oh. Looks like a guaranteed finish right there. Ginola now. He's going to slide through to Neymar. Militao does well at the back. 4-1. 5 minutes left to play. The Croats know they can create chances. They know they will get chances against the Hungarians. They conceded 4 against the Romanians earlier on in the tournament, did the Hungarians.
Now, will they get another chance in this game? That is the question that I think is about to be answered in these next 2 in-game minutes. If Hungary can keep the ball a little bit better. Added time now to follow. But it's been a dominant first leg here in their last game of the day for both of these 2 teams. Mbappe, ball roll into which space he's looking for. Little elastico, nicely done from Neymar. Back Kylie Ginola.
Shoot!
Oh, he had the time.
He could have shot that on his right foot.
And they have got away with a couple of potential goals there, Hungary, in that game. The save from Van der Sar early into the game, the spooned efforts, the chances, the half-hearted chances like that, and they know they've created. I mean, it's probably been it sounds ridiculous to say, but it's probably been their best performance in terms of going forward.
Yeah, and look on the left-hand side of the screen right there, it doesn't look like 2 teammates at the moment. It looks like 2 individuals who are just playing together. We need to see a little bit more team cohesion. They created chances. That first one from Ginola, great save from Van der Sar. The second chance with Neymar, put it wide of the post. They had a lot of opportunities. They just couldn't put the ball in the net. And then they were starting to play in their own mind. They were shooting when they should have been passing. They were passing when they should have been shooting. With a clean slate, they could turn this game around in the second leg, but it's going to have to be something heroic from the Croatians.
It's going to have to be, 1, a big ask, and 2, they're going to have to come out absolutely flying with maybe a constant press or something that's going to be a risk. But at this point, you have to take risk. You're 3 goals down on aggregate. That is going to be leg 1 concluded. The host Hungary lead by 4 goals to 1. A brilliant, brilliant start from the host nation here in Budapest. We're off for a quick break now. When we return, will the Croats be able to bounce back, or will Hungary make it 6 points from 9? And fingers crossed, they should be into our finals tomorrow. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Well, welcome back to the V4 Future Sports Festival. You're joining us in game 5 of 6 here in Group B on day 2 of the tournament. You can see the two players from Croatia right there on your screen. On the other side of it, the hometown favourites.
I don't know if you just saw that as well. Just saw Harvey Pui there on the stage next to the Croatian players because he knows that
needs a win.
They've got a part to play in this. They potentially could have a part to play in, one, the goal difference of Hungary, but two, just taking points off them. As it stands, it's 4-1 in aggregate right now. Probably just saying to them, you know, even if you do concede a couple of goals, please just keep fighting in that game. Try and get some more goals. Try and ruin their goal difference any way you can, because the more you can do that, it's going to work in their favour.
It would help out the Romanians and it would help out the Serbians, because this is the Hungarians' final match. When you look at the results they've had so far, 3-2 defeat and a 6-4 victory. So their current goal difference is +1 as of current standing. They're now at a +4 given the current match. So really, if the Croats can get 1 or 2 goals back, it makes this group, even if they lose, very, very interesting in regards to the further matches to be played in that final game between the Serbians and the Romanians.
Well, absolutely indeed. And again, you think we must be crazy commentators right now. They did lose that game 4-1, but it was their best performance we've seen from Croatia. One thing they've done is they've struggled to create chances. They've struggled to really sort of be in sync at times in this 2v2 format that they find themselves in. They're two very good players, of course, NH Panic and FIFA Fijo. They're very experienced pro players, but in that game, another day, it could have easily been 4-3, Richard. It could have been an even better start from them if it wasn't for Edwin van der Sar pulling out some worldies and maybe a misclick of a button or two, or just Neymar not feeling aiming at goal on this day of the week.
Yeah, you see a lot of conversation as well at the top of the screen between the two Croatian natives. We're back underway, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how the break could have affected this game's outcome. 4-1, the current standings.
Well, here we go then. As it stands right now. Hungary will be on 6 points. If they can hold on to this, they'll be kicking from left to right in that white Hungarian strip in this game. On the flip side for the Croats, it will be a very difficult scenario that they find themselves in. They are on 0 points. I think they're in the minus of the goal differences, you'd probably have to say as well at this point. And they need a huge, huge performance. 3 goals down as it stands.
But as we saw yesterday with the Slovenians in that final game against the Czech, they don't have to, like, obviously they would love to go through, but they can have a big impact on this group standings just by getting a few goals back and diminishing that goal difference positive that the Hungarians have.
There'll be a serious performance needed, though. If they score first, it's just going to knock any confidence that is left in this side.
Yeah, it'll knock the wind straight out the sails.
Fair play to the duo. Now representing their home country in their city here in Budapest. This has been a live broadcast for you at the V4 Future Sports Festival. And the best part is it gets better and better tomorrow. Tomorrow is our grand finals. Same place, same time. Make sure you tune in to come watch it all unfold. Where one duo on national side will pick up €11,000 and be crowned the V4 Future Festival champions. Here's a great chance now. FIFA Fijo again gets into these areas. It is tidy, but where it's being so delayed, it just gives more chance and more opportunity for Chris Madge and Monagabo to get back and defend it.
Absolutely. He's getting into those areas quite a lot, and it typically is FIFA Fijo inside the box, but just not able to execute that final skill move or the pass on to set up a better goal-scoring opportunity.
I think there was just a slight issue with the controller there. Thumbs up all round. We should be good to continue.
So we will get back underway. Hungarian ball deep inside their own half. The press again. They've started the game really strong here, have the two Croatian players. Will it continue? Will they get anything out of it this time? That's the question, because in the first leg they started strong but got counter-attacked on twice, found themselves 2-0 down, and unfortunately the ship had already sailed and the game was away from them.
They sort of left there scratching the head, weren't they, in terms of what have we done wrong? They did play superbly well. Cheeky chip round the corner. Here comes David Ginola. All roll scoop turn, the popular combo. He's getting no rub of the green there at all. Deflected off his body out for a goal kick. And that's been their luck today, unfortunately.
Still plenty of time left, and the Hungarians, they can just play out so easily. Into David Ginola. He wins the flick on under in.
Cheeky cut back. Oh, on his own. He timed it green off the woodwork. So close to being 5.
I'm shocked that it's not gone in, to be honest with you. It was a great flick on originally from David Ginola. R9 was in, he had options in the box. He decided to shoot on his own. And even timed the shot green. Should be going in. The only thing you can say is his left foot, but he's got a 5-star weak foot, so it really shouldn't matter. He's won the header again. David Ginola looks imperative in the air. Imperium.
He's got such a statue, hasn't he, in a frame. It will work in his favour. Nicely done from Hungary. Taking extra seconds and minutes out of the game. They have got a 3-goal cushion that they are currently leaning on. Which currently gives them a very healthy situation. They have scored 10 goals in the competition, conceding a total of 5. That's a +5 goal difference as it stands, which could be the biggest we've actually seen across the two groups.
Might be a foul. It's been a real super start though here from the Croats. I say that, they'll probably concede this set piece.
That's the commentator, maybe just. Ginola. Easy and routine day there for Donnarumma. Again, it's passes like that, they're just not going to help you out at all. Could be a chance to punish him for Ginola. Not a good idea on that one. Slightly too rushed. There wasn't really any conviction in the effort either. Mbappe. Cordoba deals with him very well.
R9 might be in the gap there. Also, the back post is wide open. I think it was Neymar meandering through the middle of the park. Very end-to-end.
They have tried to put bodies forward. They need 3 goals. Don't forget that. Fofana. Mbappe. FIFA Ficho. There's a lot of this. Gets into this area. Looks to sort of add a skill move into it. But sort of gets stuck now and then. Did well to find the pocket of space for Mbappe there. Wins it back for Fofana. Mbappe here to will. This is NH panic. Reverse Elastico. Great save. Everything they're throwing at Hungary. They just seem to have an answer.
Whipped in.
Pull it. Falls kindly. Mbappe. Another block at the back. Surely it's their ball again. This press is relentless. David Ginola cuts back inside. One more. Surely, what a save! Another block, another save. And I think that honestly sums up the Croats and the performance that they have had across these 2 legs. They just haven't had the rub of the green. I won't sharp about it because it's true.
NH Panic was getting very annoyed as well there as that ball didn't get into the back of the net. I think he's just held his hands up there. We'll see the reaction. The first chance, the second chance, not going in the back of the net. One player, one of the things they can do is smile FIFA Ficho, whereas NH Panic, frustration boiling over on the stage.
Yeah, safe to say that
Hungary weren't panicking at the back. They seem to have dealt with it again. Someone there, right place, right time, will block. They are 45 minutes away from their tournament being over in the nicest possible way. And on the flip side for Hungary, they are very close to having 6 points on the board, looking very, very comfortable heading into that Wednesday final. You see the reaction again there. I mean, I would be that annoyed. I think that goes to anyone that's watching around the world. You've had a chance where there's an open goal and you just hit the ball. Just hit the ball. Who knows? Goalkeeper's in the way, players in the way, and Edwin van der Sar again comes to save the day for Hungary. And back on the way again. The facts of this, they have been able to create 3 good chances a half at least.
They're just not been able to put the ball in the back of the net 3 times. And the annoying thing is that they'll be finding the Hungarians are getting half chances and scoring.
They're getting the bounces in the nicest way at times. But also there has been lots of patches of play where Hungary have looked very, very impressive. By no means way that they have been fluky in terms of their play. They've played very well today. The goals they've created, the chances they've been able to also have will come from how good they've been, the initiative they've shown. More importantly, the fact they've got R9 in their team as well, who will peel off towards this back post now. They'll look for the ball. Ginola cuts it back on the volley. Oh, you did not.
He tried it. He tried it.
Imagine if that was the goal to send Croatia out the tournament.
He timed it red. Imagine if he timed that green. Scorpion kick, timed green from Neymar.
The ultimate salt in the wounds. Messi. Played into the hope of Mbappe. Again, easily dealt with there by Edwin van der Sar.
That's a great flick on.
Nice flick on there. Hungary cuts it back. Could be all she wrote. Neymar nearly carved out the perfect angle. Now it's become a bit of I attack, you attack. Into FIFA. This is exactly what we want to see. Messi play the one more. Into Hulle! He's finally done something. That's the icon in midfield. He's had a very quiet day in the office, but steps up with a goal, and that's one.
It was an outstanding switch of play, to be honest, from right to left, all the way across the pitch. It found its way to Messi inside the box. He just had to feed it somehow into the box, and that's what they've not been able to do, be able to get that final pass onto the runner. Hullet was this time the man receiving the pass. He finished very, very easily inside the box, and maybe we've got a little bit of a game on with a post cued by FIFA Ficho to change tactics.
Chance R9, Hungary! It doesn't matter now. All that work, or if there was any work that was done by Croatia, we'll conclude that in the nicest way possible. It's a 3-goal cushion. They've been caught on the break again. And Chris Madge there just goes down with his head in his hands. Just, I think, if anything, a relief.
Both players head in hands. Maybe they know how big that goal is. Maybe they're thinking that.
I mean, does it put them top of the group on goal difference?
It would put them top of the group on goal difference.
+5, I believe.
Yeah. Coming into the tournament, coming into this game, they were, they conceded, they were +2 against Romania, and then they lost by 1 against the Serbians, so that would be +1. So now whatever, +4?
+5. They just scored again. 5 goals. I should say 6 goals to 2 on aggregate. Ignore me, 5 goals to 2. There you go. So for a +3 from this one, plus the 2, it's a +5 on aggregate. Couple of changes, will they mean anything? Ismail Sarr comes on, Ousmane Dembele. Fair play to the Croats. They've played this tournament out well. They've done everything they honestly can on paper. They've had chances, they've had patches of play where another day simply they will go in. But the one thing that Hungary have done so well, Rich, they've just reacted constantly. They react so well. When they can see the goal, 9 times out of 10 they'll always go and find another one.
And it's a shame to see the Croats go out of the tournament like this. This will definitely mean that they'll be not able to go through with the 0 points that they currently have. However, they've not been dominated, really. They've suffered some big defeats, but it's not like they've been smashed in any game, really. They lost the first game 2-0, and they lost against the Romanians 3-2.
But they didn't get going in that game 1. The first game on stage, and the first game on the broadcast. David Ginola is on the pitch. It's taken him 75 minutes to really have a first proper shot goal. It's a +4 goal difference now to Hungary. Aggregate scoreline 5-3 to the Hungarians. They still do lead. It's a 2-goal advantage in this game. Will they be able to get the ball, let alone a goal? I can imagine that Chris and Molnagabo are just going to hold on to this now. As soon as that final whistle's...
There's still time left.
As soon as that final whistle's been blown there, it's just going to be a case of fate is in the hands of Serbia and Romania in terms of what on earth happens in this group. You haven't been following the format here in Budapest. It is a top 2 go through scenario. Yesterday Poland went through with Czech Republic. They're back in action tomorrow. Maybe it has been that missing piece of the puzzle for the Croats. No Pele, no R9 in the team. It's been, call it their only icon, Ginola, to conclude the tie. There's no need to go forward. You can see then the approach from Hungary. Ginola will fall kindly back to his feet. He scoop turns away from his opponent, runs it towards the corner and just slows down the game. It wouldn't be a V4 future gaming festival without the home nation being in the final. Which at the moment they've done everything they can to put themselves top of Group B. A very tasty +4 goal difference. And all they can do is just sit back and wait and hope that Serbia can go and win the game, go 9 points from 9 and really set up a statement.
Well, I think because of their very impressive goal difference, we'll break it down after the game's finished. Final chance here, Ismail Assar inside the box. He's dancing, doesn't come to anything in the end, and that will do us for full time.
And there we have it. Commiserations to the Croats. Croatia, FIFA Ficho and NH Panic 87, will crash out of the V4 Future Sports Festival. There'll be smiles all round for now, but they'll dare to look back at this previous Twitch VOD to see the chance that they had and what could have been if it was on another day. On the flip side, the home nation, Richard, Hungary, as you said, rightly so. They give themselves a +4 goal difference. They are in a very good position right now. They're top of Group B. Yes, the only thing that can happen is Romania score a lot of goals.
Well, even if Romania were to score a lot of goals,
it would put Serbia down.
I actually think not mathematically, but I think they've already done enough because they're on +4 goal difference. They're on 6 points. Hungary, okay? You've got Serbia, who are on 6 points as well, and I'll work it out right now for you. They're +2, +3 goals, okay? So Serbia, +3. I'll write this down for you. So as it stands, Hungary's top of the table. Serbia are +3. Both Serbia and Romania can't win, okay? So the maximum points Romania can get to is 6. Their goal difference isn't great. They're -2, and then they won 3-2, so they're -1. So they've got to beat. I think they're through.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a lot of goals to score, by the way.
It'd have to be a huge turnaround
from Romania. Again, a massive congratulations to Hungary, who pretty much look like they're going to be through into Wednesday's finals. It does add an extra little bit of spice to those finals. Of course, could be joining Poland and Czech Republic. However, for the final time, or one of the final times tonight, we want you guys at home to send your selfies in, thanks to one of our fantastic sponsors in CU. We want to see you, pictures of you, selfies from all over the world, depending on what team, what nation you support in, and where you are watching from. And if you do that, you could win yourself a signed V4 Future Sports Festival power bank from us all here live in Budapest in Hungary. From players, from casters, you can get your hands on one of those power banks. So just send us a selfie of yourselves via the link in the Twitch chat right now that should be available, and get yourselves involved. We're going to go for a quick break now. When we return, it is the last one, the big one. Who will qualify, Serbia or Romania? Come up back after this short break, and we'll see you for this big final game.